How about a big round of applause for the human calculator, Mr. Scott Flansburg.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome, buddy.
Always good to see you.
Good to be seen. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having the kids out today. You guys, thanks for being here. The students are my life. I commit my life to visiting schools and inspiring students. So last time we did this, it was just all old people. So it's really nice to see nice young people.
And we're all older than we were 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When you did. Well, cool. Give us a real quick little backstory on who you are and how you got to be known as a human calculator, and then I want you to blow their mind.
All right, well, I was born in upstate New York, and I had a gift for numbers ever since I was a little kid. I noticed it by accident when I was in 4th grade. I got picked to go up to the board to add up a column of numbers, and I didn't know what to do or where to start or anything, and I did it backwards, and I did it faster than my teacher. And my teacher told me to go the other way, and I said, no, I'm going to try it this way. It's faster. And so everything I learned, I would always figure out easier ways to get the answer. And so that's how I've developed this sense to be a human calculator. And I served 6 years in the United States Air Force, and I got out of the Air Force to start this business as the human calculator. I've been doing it for 25 years. And just on a side note, because Mesa's real special to me, is I flew into Phoenix, Arizona on 8/8/88. And I had nothing. I literally came here to stay at my sister's boyfriend's house and try to start my business. It really started at 0. And my first sponsor was here in Mesa. So I was in Mesa all the time. I visited a lot of schools. And to start from nothing and now to be able to do all the things that I get to do, it's just great to come back to Mesa and realize that, you know, every city I go to, it's the same. You got some people, some kids, some schools. But when you come back to Arizona, and especially to Mesa and Phoenix, it's just real special to my heart. So thank you all for showing up this morning. It means a lot to me. And I hope I can share some things with you today that you'll be able to use the rest of your lives and share with other people.
And when he says he travels all around, I know I'll call him someday and I'll go, I'm in Australia, I'll call you back. Or he's all over the globe doing this.
Yeah,
stuff,
I'm serving as the ambassador of World Maths Day. It's an online free event. And we actually set a Guinness World Record last year for having the largest online educational event. In one day, we had over 5 million kids from 200 countries racing head-to-head on our website to find the best mathletes in the world. And my job is to go visit all those winning schools and celebrate the top mathletes and teachers and parents to make them famous in their country. So I've been serving as the ambassador of that for almost 4 years now. And if it's free, it's fun. WorldMathDay.com. You can go on there and register, get your schools on. They start practicing now.
Cool. Well, instead of me firing questions at you, I know when you do a presentation, you just kind of go with it. So I'm just going to sit back and watch you do your thing.
All right. Well, you got a calculator ready to rock and roll. Okay. So I'm not an athlete. I'm a mathlete. All right. All athletes have to stretch out, warm up first. As a mathlete, I do the same thing. So we're going to need some volunteers to pick some numbers. And he's going to punch them in the calculator, and I'm going to do it in my head. So let's use some students. Who we got? Oh, good. First one. All right. Say your name.
Connor Marr.
Okay, and you're related to the guy running the calculator. So
yeah,
hopefully,
much.
you know, you guys trust this little guy? Is it okay? We didn't practice. All right, so let's start out with addition, all right? I want you to pick 2-digit numbers like 73, 99, 16, 84, whatever you want. And I'll say plus between each number. And I'm going to try to add them all up in my head while he does it on the calculator, all right? So you just keep saying numbers when I keep saying plus. We got a 0 on the board? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so 20.
Just 20?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too easy. Clear that out. Tough stuff.
Okay.
Tough numbers, all right? Let's start at 0 again.
Okay.
Tough numbers. Something your dad can't do, all right?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
That's going to be easy. 99.
99 plus.
63.
Plus.
74.
Plus.
59.
One more.
And 74.
369. Yeah, all right. How many of you can do that? I disagree. I believe everybody in this room could do what I just did, and I'm going to share with you how to do it in just a few minutes, all right? But I'm still warming up, so try one more person. Let's try something a little tougher. Get an old person. Yeah, somebody old. Come on, somebody knows how to challenge me. Who's going to pick some numbers? Don't we have an accountant, a CPA, an actuary? Who's here? Does anybody know any numbers? We found a human that knows numbers over there. Okay, that's the rest of the show with him, all right? Okay, so let's try something a little tougher. Do a little multiplication. Just pick a couple of 2-digit numbers, and I'll multiply them, okay? Just multiplication.
56.
56 times.
31.
31 is 1736. All right, let's try division. Give me a 3-digit number and divide it by a 1-digit number and use weird numbers so we'll get some decimals, all right? So 3-digit by a 1-digit.
732.
732 divided by?
4.
By what?
7.
By 7. 732 divided by 7 is 104.571428571428571428. All right? Okay. All right, so now I'm warmed up. So let's clear the calculator. And now punch in 5 plus 5 and hit equals. And it should say 10. Now hit equals again. Does it say 15? It doesn't work. Clear the calculator. Do 5 plus plus twice in a row. Equals, equals, equals. That doesn't work. So, all right. So you guys are going to have to trust me on this one. I can count by a number faster than a computer. That's why I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records. So let's see. Right here, would you pick a 2-digit number you'd like me to count by? 23. Okay, so Mark, you're doing this one. No pressure. You thought you were getting away with this, but you're not. Here you go. 23 plus 23 equals. Your job is to hit equals each time I say the next answer. Maybe he can throw it on the camera there, Mark, on the camera. Can you get the calculator on the camera?
Can you
the camera on the calculator? Now? Can you? No, on this one. On this one here. Sorry, mate. So everybody can see it. Just throw it on.
So you want me to?
You're going to hit equals each time I say the next answer. So it's like counting by 5. Except I'm counting by a larger number. You'll see my brain just gets going faster and faster. So we got, can you throw to this camera on here or no? Oh, you can't. Oh, it doesn't matter then. Sorry, you're really gonna have to trust me. All right, so I'm gonna count by 23. You trust Mark, right? No, he'll check it. All right, so here we go, Mark. We're gonna count by 23. You ready? You got 46, 69, 92, 115, 138, 161, 184, 207, 230. How's it going? Good so far? 253, 276, 299, 322, 345, 368, 3914, 437, 460, 483, 506, 529, 552, 575, 598, 621, yada, 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 like that, okay? There you go. That's, oh, good. You're getting there. Good try, man. That's a good try. All right, so, so everybody, that's why I'm in the Guinness Book. I can count by a number faster than a computer. They had the fastest accountant in the world race me for 15 seconds and actually beat the calculator. So I can do numbers in my head like a computer, and I've been able to do it since I was a little kid. But I want to show everyone, can we put the calculator back up for a second? Here you go, buddy. Just 1 second, then we'll go to this other thing. Everybody, go ahead and do a super clear and clear out all those numbers on the side just so everybody can see just the basics. Everybody look at the calculator area. Forget about the 0 on the top. That's the scoreboard. Just focus on the rest of the numbers in the calculator area down below. Okay, can you get rid of the calculator and go to the other thing, and I'll join you there in a second. Okay, everybody, think about the calculator you just looked at. Just for fun, shout out the answer as fast as you can. How many numbers are on a calculator? I heard 3 answers. I heard 9, 10, and 11. Which one is it?
10.
10. So, but here's what's wrong. There's no 10. And we've all learned to go like this. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You've all done that your whole life. And that's cool if you want to count your fingers. But if you want to think like a calculator, when you turn on a calculator, the only reason it works is because it starts at 0. Every calculator starts at 0. If you want to turn on your calculator, you have to start at 0. So watch this. The human body has 10 fingers. There's 10 digits, 0 through 9, and they fit like this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's really 0 through 9, not 1 through 10. So everybody, just for fun, take your hands, put them up in the air. Let's shake out that 1 through 10. The Romans did that to us. Close your fists, and let's all start with 0 on the first finger. You ready? 0.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Beautiful. So you all did it. So let's connect. I'm ready to connect with you on here. Can we throw this up on the board? So I want to share with you the secret to numbers. I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and I was playing golf, and I'm just going to fix one thing here. And I noticed one thing about numbers. Oh, it didn't connect. Want to try one more time? There we go. So everybody take a look at these shapes that we use all the time. We have 0. Can you see that okay? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are pretty ugly looking, but they work, right? Everybody can see them okay? All right. So everybody take a look at those numbers for a second. And here's what happened to me. I was in 4th grade, and my teacher asked us to spell all the numbers, and I stopped her. I said, excuse me, who picked the shapes for those numbers? Who was in charge of the shapes? Why does 3 look like that? Why did they make the 7 look like that? Who was in charge? And my teacher said, I don't know. I never really thought about it. I said, well, we got to find out. So I made it my mission to find out why numbers look like they do, and I think I found the answer. So I'm going to try to share it with you. Here's what happened. They wanted all of you to be able to know the value of each shape by how many corners are in each shape. So look at 0. 0 is a circle. How many corners are there? That's why 0 is a circle. So when people looked at that shape, they knew the value was 0. The number 1 started out like that. How many corners? 1 right there. The number 2 started out like our Z because it has 2 corners. The number 3 started out like this because it had 3 corners. The number 4 looked a little different. It looked like that. This has 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. The number 5 started out with a tail on it. It looked like that. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's all your 5 corners. The number 6 was a square. They put it like that. That gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7 looked pretty funny because we only do it like this. They did it like that. That gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 angles right there. And then the number 8 was an hourglass. Looked like that. So that gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 corners. And then 9 started out like that. And they called it the ugly duckling, but it worked. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how many of you have seen that before? Why didn't we learn this? Why don't all we learn this when we were little kids? This is a simple thing that helps you connect. But I want to share with you the secret to numbers. So I want everybody to think of your age. I know, right? Everybody think of your age, even the kids. All right, everybody ready? So let's write down your age. So nobody's 11. I'm going to show you the simple pattern here. Look at the number 11. Add the digits together. What's a 1 plus a 1? Put the sum underneath and subtract. What do you get? Every number in the universe higher than 9 adds back down to 9. Let's try another one. Adds down means like this. Write it down. Write down a number. Now add up all the digits. What's 1 plus 0? Put the sum underneath and then subtract. What's 10 minus 1? Every number in the universe goes back to 9. Try the number 12. 12 is 1, 2. Add it up. 1 plus 2 is 3. What's 12 minus 3? 9. Let's go bigger. Let's try 19. Look at 19. You add it together. 1 plus 9 is 10. What's 19 minus 10? 9. Try 22. Everybody, what's 2 and 2? 4. 22 minus 4 is 18. Look at the answer. What's 1 plus 8? 9. 55. Add it up. 5 and 5 is 10. 55 minus 10 is 45. Look at the answer. What's 4 and 5? So everybody think of your age. Add the 2 digits together. Take that sum and subtract it from your age. And now think about your answer and add the 2 digits together. What do you get? 9. If you didn't get 9, don't say anything out loud because you got it wrong. But what it is this. I mean, I'm going to make it short and sweet, Mark, but here's the deal is we're teaching math wrong. We're not teaching the higher math wrong. I'm thinking we do one simple thing wrong at the beginning that confuses everybody. The 0 through 9 thing will help kids see numbers as they are. But here's the biggest difference. This is all we need to do to change it. The 9 thing would help because it'll wire kids for numbers. But look at this problem. Can anybody tell me the answer to this problem right here? Just shout it out when you get it. Show off a little bit. Who did that? Dude, that was really good, man. You might go on the road? Oh, you're bankers, so you have to do some numbers, right? So now, when I asked all of you to add those numbers together, what's the first number your brain looked at? 7, right? Everybody looked at the 7? That's the worst place to start. Yet we teach every kid every day to add from the right to the left. I didn't know this. I wasn't paying attention. I was in 4th grade. Our teacher showed us how to do this, and I wasn't listening, and she picked me to go up to the board, and she wanted to make an example out of me for not listening. And I walked up to the board, and not knowing what to do, where to start or anything, I started from the left because we learn how to read left to right. So I thought I had to do my math left to right. So I just went from the left. I said, all right, well, that's a 10, that's a 10, that's a 10, that's a 10. And I just kept a running total in my head going down the column. So everybody help me out. What's 10 plus 10? 20 plus 10. 30 plus 10. So we already know it's over 40. That's good for estimation. But let's keep going. What's 40 plus 7? 47 plus 2, 49 plus 1, 50 plus 3. And that's the answer. It just adds itself up. So everybody try this one on your own and show off again except for the banker. Just shout it out. What? Who said 87? It's right, 87. How many of you got that right? You've never tried that before. In your first try, you could do that. If we would teach our kids this first and only first, this would teach them place value. Now you got to understand the tens. It would teach them number sense, because you got to add numbers up. They're 20, 40, 67. It's number sense. And estimation. By starting on the left, you're starting with the most significant numbers first, and everything goes left to right. It really helps the brain understand numbers better. So if all we did, I call it chapter 0. If we teach chapter 0 first, about 0 through 9, and numbers going down to 9, it's a simple exercise that will wire every kid's brain for basic math. And then if you teach them left to right addition, they'll be able to do basic arithmetic so easily, it will give them confidence and help them overcome that fear of math that most kids develop by the time they're 8 or 9 years old. So my program is called I Count. And I'm trying to reach every 9-year-old kid on the planet Earth about this number 9 thing. Because if every kid, when they're 9 years old, if every number they see on our planet goes back to their age, the number 9, they're going to have so much fun with numbers for a whole year that every number comes back to their age. They'll wake up at 10 years old and be a mathlete and understand basic numbers and how to do basic arithmetic. And now our teachers could teach higher math. But right now our kids are memorizing their math and they're not really understanding it. And it makes it harder for our teachers to teach these kids. What's 7 plus 7? How'd you get the answer so fast?
Memorize.
All memorization, no math whatsoever. But Mark, just one more thing, okay, buddy? Look at 77. It teaches us 7 plus 7. You all know it's 14, right? But you've memorized it. Now you can check it. What's 77 minus 14, banker guy? 63. Does my answer add up to 9? Then everything is fine. A simple exercise. If you go to my website, it's humancalculator.com. I have a new book out called Turn on the Human Calculator in You. It's a matrix that I discovered here in Phoenix, Arizona on 9/9/99. I was playing golf at the Arizona Biltmore with Alice Cooper on that morning at 9/9/99 at 9 a.m. And on the 18th green, Alice said to me, hey, 18, 1 plus 8 is 9. Today's 9/9/99. How come 18 adds up to 9? And I said, Alice, that's easy. Any number times 9. The answer adds up to 9. You guys know that, right? 3 times 9 is 27. 4 times 9 is 36. And Alice goes, okay, I don't care. And I'm driving home. I was like, oh, okay. And it hit me. And that pattern about 9 hit me on 9/9/99 here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's very special to me. My mission is to reach every 9-year-old kid. So all I ask everybody in the audience today, and everybody watching, after you understand the 9 thing and you make your age go down to 9 and other numbers go down to 9, pick one person in your life who's worse at math than you, and share it with them and open up their eyes to seeing numbers. And I want to reach everybody. So if there's any schools in Mesa that want me to come do my show at their school, it's a 40-minute show. I make the kids really have fun with numbers, and I teach them how to do all kinds of fun things with their numbers in everyday life. Please reach out to me or the Chamber of Commerce. Mark, you want to talk about one more thing? Go ahead.
Well, no, a lot more things. Talk about the Diamondbacks real quick. Scott's a big baseball fan, or sports fan.
The D-backs invited me to speak in front of the team a couple weeks ago, and it was quite an honor because I used to be a ball player when I was a kid. And I talked to the guys about numbers. And baseball, maybe, I don't know who's a baseball fan, but maybe you haven't noticed this, but I'm all about the number 9, as you know. Baseball is all about the number 9. How many innings in a game? How many players on the field? Guys in the batting order? 9. A baseball is 9 inches in circumference. It's 90 feet to first base, 9-0, 9 plus 0. There's 81 home games, 8 and 1 is 9. There's 81 away games, 8 and 1 is 9. 162 total, 1, 6, and 2 is 9. ERA is all based off of the number 9. Every player's number goes back to 9. And so I want to use baseball as a tool to get kids excited about math and sports, and use baseball to teach them how to do arithmetic and statistics, things like that. So I'm working with Major League Baseball to try to come up with a program for that. But I'm moving to Vegas. That's what Mark and I were talking about the other day is I've been invited to move to Las Vegas because they were just rated the worst school district in America and the worst state in America to raise a child. And so I committed to the school district of Las Vegas to move there for 1 year and help them get ahead of Mississippi again. So that's my mission, all right? So, I'll be back in a year. Hopefully we don't overtake Arizona, because then I got a problem. Wait, I don't work myself out.
How long can you, when you walk into a casino in Vegas and sit down and play blackjack, how long can you sit there before they ask you to leave?
Well, if I'm playing blackjack, they're not happy. Anything else they're cool with, but blackjack, it's funny, my campaign is called I Count, all right? Because I want to teach people how to count from 0 to 9, not 1 through 10. But more importantly, if you help kids and people overcome their fear of math, their biggest anxiety, it increases their self-esteem. Hence, I count, okay? It has a dualistic nature to it. And so I'm gonna go to Vegas and try to get kids excited about math, but I Count is a mission to make math cool. It seems like it's become socially accepted to be bad at math. If you were illiterate, you wouldn't admit that today, but if you're bad at math, you're like, yeah, that's me. We gotta change the attitude. And it's so funny, we use the wrong word. Oh, we can't use it anymore. Can I still throw it up there? There's one word that's throwing us all off. And I was the keynote speaker at the National Math Teachers Convention a few months ago in Dallas, and all I asked was, everybody, we should do this. Do you know this word right here? Just say this word, play along. What is it? That's not a word. That's a slang word that we as Americans have invented. The word is actually mathematics, and look at the word mathematics. What is the last letter in mathematics? Because it's a plural subject. The rest of the world uses a word, maths. Everybody on the planet Earth says maths, except Americans. We're the lazy Americans. We don't even want to throw an S on there. That's how, it's not even correct. So my mission is 2 things. One, to get the 9 thing out, but more importantly is if we can change our attitude and change the name of math to maths, that'll give us an opportunity to change our attitude about maths, if you will. In America, I hate to say it, but I visit schools all over the world. We're ranked 26th in America. Out of the whole world for our math scores. Las Vegas is the 50th out of 50 in the 26th worst country in America. So that puts them so low. What our expectations are for our students and our teachers is pathetic. We really need to change that. And I hate to say it to you, but it's not the teacher's fault, and it's not the student's fault. We can't blame the students. Kids are just they're aliens just getting here to the earth trying to figure this out, all right? Teachers have trained for years. They're begging us to create a better way to help these people use their gifts for good to teach our kids. The parents are the missing part of the equation. Please, parents, get more involved in education, get more involved in the community, get more involved in the neighborhood association, but make sure that it's cool to learn and reward your kids for learning. And every day, you guys deal with numbers as an adult, whether it's your mortgage, your car payments, your bills, whatever, your budgets. Get your kids involved in that. Show them that they deal with numbers every day. You don't have to be a math whiz, a bank president, or anything like that, but you got to be able to deal with everyday numbers. And if you can't, you're not going to, it's a disadvantage in today's society. So that was one thing we were talking about, Mark, was, just for the kids, is if I could go back to being, how old are you guys? 17? If I could go back to myself at 17 years old, because I'm 49 now, I would just have a couple messages to myself, and I hope you hear it louder than I never heard it. But every time you get any money at all, take 10% off the top and put it into a savings account that you don't touch. Don't brag about it. Don't show it off to your friends and family or anything like that. Just 10%, put it away and forget it's there. Don't touch it. Then if you're willing to do that for yourself, pay yourself first, the next thing is take 10% more off the top of any money you get and put it aside for charity. If everybody in our community would put 10% in savings and 10% to charity, Mr. Banker, how much of an impact would that make in our community? Huge, folks. It's simple, but we're old people. We forgot to do that, and it's hard to retrain ourselves. As a kid, you guys have 0 excuses. You're starting to get some cash now. Set up an account, 10%, 0 excuses. Don't touch it. And I promise, ask any parent or adult in this room, would you all agree that's a good idea? Yeah. Kids, I promise, 10%. But the biggest thing is 10% giving. If you give 10%, I don't care what bad day you're having. If you're having a bad day, go out and help somebody that's having a worse day than you, and your life seems a lot better than it was. So be a part of charity and contribute to the community. I think if we get our kids to do that, 10% in savings, 10% for charity, and the last 10%, out of the top of the 100, is to set aside 10% for investing. You're going to have amazing friends in your life that are going to have some great opportunities. And make sure you have a little bit of cash set aside to allow you to be a part of that, to help them, to support them, and to fulfill their dream, and to maybe give you an opportunity to make money other than working. And Mark and we've been friends for 20 years, and one of the first things we learned after Tony Robbins' event in Hawaii one year was, how did he say it? Oh, man, come on, you don't remember this, do you? He's really smart, too. I'm sure it was good advice, but no. But the thing is, it's just three things if you want to be happy. Love what you're doing, believe in what you're doing, and know what you're doing. Kids, don't do something you don't want to do. If you're not happy, go out and find something you love to do because it never feels like work. I've been doing this for 25 years. I haven't worked one day in 25 years. I wake up every morning, I get to go to schools, do TV shows, whatever. I'm having so much fun because I'm doing what I love. It's my passion. So find your passion. Tune it into your gift and get out there and change the world and make it a better place. You know, don't wait for somebody else. That's what I would say.
By the way, I just did some math. You're 49. If you add that up, it's 13. If you take away that 1 and 3 is 4, take that away, it comes up with 9.
That was horrible, Mark. Just so you know. Just so we don't scar anybody's brain, it was 49. 4 and 9 is 13. So what's 49 minus 13? 36. 3 and 6 is 9. So everything's fine. That's all I ask everybody. Make sure you get that.
Scott's story is amazing. I wish we had a couple hours. And I don't think I'm embarrassing him by saying this because he's shared it before. But he had high school teachers that told him that you'd never amount to anything.
Many times. And I'm actually a high school dropout. I've never graduated. I've never been to college. And now I go around the world and I train teachers how to do math. So don't let anything limit you. But at the same time, I'm going to go get my diploma. I just, you know, I had an ego, well, I still have an ego, we all do, but my ego was so big, I was like, you know what, Einstein never had a diploma, Edison didn't get a diploma, the heck with a diploma, and now I'm like, wow, I wish I had a diploma. So make sure you get a diploma, it doesn't hurt, it helps a lot, actually.
That's very cool. You know what, we've got math geniuses in the making up here, and we've got a few more minutes.
Yeah, oh, good, all right.
Anybody like to, and some of you brought your own calculators.
I love
and you got
it.
Anybody like to challenge Scott? Or?
Let's do cube roots. Do you guys know how to do cube roots? All right, let's try a cube root. All right, so everybody with a calculator, punch in. To get started, let's see, my brain's still loosening up here. Let's start with 2-digit numbers. So everybody, punch in a 2-digit number, a wacky number. Don't use 50 or 20 or anything like that. You got it? Punch it in. Now hit the times key, and then hit the same 2-digit number again, and then hit the times key, and hit the same 2-digit number again, and hit equals. And you just cubed a number. You should get some really big numbers on your calculator, right? So if you tell me the answer on your screen, I will extract the cube root out of that number. So who got a right answer? Okay, let's start with you.
97,336.
46. Yeah, all right, come on, tougher one. Who else? Yeah, back there, go ahead. 22? Yeah, that was easy. Wait, who else? Somebody else? 89.
By the way, he's right.
Part psychic, too. Go ahead. One more. Come on. Toughest one. Anybody else get one? Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
21,952.
Really? 28? Is that right? 28? Okay. All right, so now let's try birthdays. For people who know what day of the week they were born on, if you tell me your birthday, the month, day, and the year, I can calculate what day of the week it was on. So start, just say it real loud. Month, day, year.
July 4th, 1981.
That was on a Saturday, right? July 4th, 81. Let's get an old person. There you go. Just kidding. You raised your hand right at the same time. It was an awkward thing. Yep, it's you in the black shirt.
John.
That's a good try.
He didn't say an old person, he said the old person.
April 11 what? 46. That was on a Thursday. April 11, 46 you said, right? You turned 18 in 1964 on a Saturday. Good for you. You turned 21 in 1967 on a Tuesday. This year, birthday's on a Thursday, and you'll be 100 on a Friday. All right? There you go. You got that. Okay. Yeah. One more thing I just want to bring up, everybody, is, you know, I've talked a little bit about how it seems like it's okay to be bad at math. Mark is a very successful guy, travels the world, can't do math. All right? A lot of people in this room, successful, can't do math. Why is it so okay to be bad at math? Please, if you're not good at math, I'm not asking you to master algebra and trigonometry, But please take the time to understand basic arithmetic for everyday life. Math is not arithmetic. Arithmetic's its own little subject, and you guys juggle numbers every day. If you're more confident with numbers, and you have a stronger foundation with number sense, you're gonna make better decisions when it comes to buying a house, renting a house, buying a car, renting a car, investments, mortgages. All those things are just basic numbers, and the easier you understand those, the better choices you're gonna make. So don't be afraid to master arithmetic, and pick one kid in your life that's bad at math too, and help them, raise them up at the same time. A couple things I wanna mention is I'm also the spokesman of a company called Mathletics, where mathletics.com is a K through 12 curriculum. It's all online. And we're in over, I think it's over 10,000 schools now. We've got over 9 million students online. But basically, the teacher can just sit there and look at the screen and watch all the kids doing their homework at the same time. They don't have to teach a 40-minute class every day and come up with everything. They can just go help the kids that need help at the right time. It really manages their talent and time to make our teachers more resourceful and get more out of them. And to make it easier for our kids to learn, because it modulates each kid individually. So if a kid's having trouble in an area, it slows down or speeds up. They can go faster if they're smart. But it would take a lot of pressure off of our teachers to come up with curriculum every day. So if you have a school, just go to my website and you can sign up for that for free. Try it out for a few weeks and see if you like it, mathletics.com.
As a quick quiz for our host here, Crescent Crown, little math quiz. They have 700,000 cases of beer next door. Okay? Times 24 bottles per case.
16,800,000 bottles, okay.
Divided by, we got about 150 people here.
That's 112,000 bottles apiece. We should be okay.
Yeah.
We should be all right.
And we have, and we have 2 rows of designated drivers.
Oh yeah, even better. That's brilliant. Nice, nice word.
Good. I don't want to go. We're going to play golf today.
Can I tell them one more thing?
Sure,
Okay,
absolutely.
so I'm moving to Vegas, everybody, and I'm starting a new show up there as well, because I'm going to be working with the schools during the day. But I want to do a show at night. It feels like there's no show in Vegas to celebrate the human brain. Everything's about the body. You know, you go to those shows and everybody's jumping and everything like that, but there's no celebration of the mind. So I want to create like a show that's like a Cirque du Soleil of the mind. And I'm bringing all my friends from around the world that are the top savants, you know, people like Rain Man and art savants and prodigy music kids and all these amazing people that I've met through my travels for 25 years. And we're going to have it in downtown Vegas. It'll start later this year. So if you go to my site, you can find out more about it. But come on up and just help us create a show that people love, that celebrates the human mind. I think we need to start celebrating the brain instead of the body a little bit.
Scott's got a,
Thank you.
Scott's got a friend of his that he said can read. Howard can read. How fast?
Yeah, Howard can read 50,000 words a minute. So if you take a book, you cannot flip the pages fast enough for him to read the book. But he can tell you any word on any page when he's done reading it. Because what happens when you speed read, it makes your retention go way up. So he can remember more because he's not distracted thinking about, hey, what am I doing later? You know, he's very focused. But I have all these freaky friends that can do all these amazing things that there's no stage to celebrate them on. So I think Las Vegas, and it's really funny because my campaign is called I Count. And when you go to Las Vegas as a human calculator, you're not allowed to count. You're asked not to count. So to launch my I Count campaign in Las Vegas, the city that doesn't reward counting, the city that has the worst school district, the kids that have the worst math scores, in a gambling center of the world. And so I think it's ironic, but at the same time, a real easy way for me to use that to hopefully leverage that for momentum and inspire more people to get involved.
Cool. I know everybody's got to get out of here and go to work, but we've got such a great group. Any guys up front have a question for the human calculator?
Awesome.
Little Connor.
Yes, sir.
How long was it before you actually were named the human calculator?
Oh, good question.
Who
All
named you
right.
that? Yeah.
So, wow, that's freaky. I was here in Mesa, and I was working for a guy down the street. He was my sponsor. And I got a chance to go on Regis and Kathy Lee in New York City. And I flew to New York, and at the end of the interview, Regis goes to me, I didn't have a book, a name, nothing at the time. He goes, Scott, you're like a human calculator. And that's where I got my name, Regis Philbin. Thanks for reminding me of that. God bless
He said
Regis.
it more like this.
Yeah, can you do it for me? I can.
Scott, you're like the human calculator.
There you go. Very good.
I too have a gift.
What is it?
I don't know yet. I'm looking for it. Yeah. Anybody else got a quick question? See, normally when we get to the end of the, people have to leave, and you see
Yeah,
people.
I understand. I respect that.
No, but look, no one's leaving. This is awesome.
Well, thank you all very. Yes.
Another question.
Have you written a book published?
Yes, sir. I've written several books. My book is called Math Magic for your kids. But my new book that just came out, I'm really proud of this. I think it's the best thing I'll ever come out with. It's called Turn on the Human Calculator in You. And I was working on the 0 through 9 thing, and I started writing out 0 through 9 over and over again. And all of a sudden, this matrix appeared on the page, and it goes from 00 to 99. And if you go to any classroom, all the number grids are 1 to 100. Nobody counts 0. And so all I did was put 0 in front of it, and all of a sudden all these patterns started jumping out of the page. So it's taken me 10 years to develop this thing. But basically, you get this, it's a coloring book. You give your kid 10 crayons for the 10 digits, 0 through 9. And it's 200 pages later, they're gonna know everything, every math fact and how to do it, and not just memorize it, they're gonna learn it through patterns and colors and their favorite colors using their crayons. So the school district in Las Vegas is the first school district to consider using my matrix as curriculum. A school district in Texas has done the same thing. If anybody here in Mesa has any connections at the Mesa School District, I would give them a smoking deal to get the matrix into the classrooms, just so we have a city to get the reaction and the statistics back on how it impacted the kids. But I think it's the coolest thing I'll ever come up with, and that's my goal, is to get that matrix on every math classroom wall and to get every kid to color this coloring book, because it will teach them all the things that make them understand numbers the way I do. So that's what I'm working on. Thanks for reminding me. I don't like to plug all that stuff, but I'm so proud of it. I'm really excited, and I watch kids color it, and I almost cry, just because you can see not the kids how excited they are, but you see the parents how overwhelmed they are that this drama is going to end, these kids not understanding numbers, and the heck it puts them through every night when they're doing their homework. It'll give them a chance to eliminate that. So there's a lot of drama every day at homes. It's amazing. So how many parents, when your kids come home and ask for help with math, tell them to ask their bigger brother or somebody else, right? How many? Yeah, a lot of parents. Here's the message your kids are getting. My mom and dad, we have a house, we have car, clothes, food, we got everything, and they can't do long division. Why do I need to learn long division? So you got to change that. You got to say, I forgot how to do that exactly. Let's figure it out or find out. If you spend a few minutes with them, that'll show them that that's important enough for you to help remember and to make sure they learn. But if you blow them off, they're going to blow it off. That's just a normal human reaction.
Well, I've found that in this world there are 3 types of people: those that understand math and those that don't.
And he's the other one.
So
there's 0. You got to count 0. 3.
cool. Anybody else got a quick question? Or and trust me, a testimonial. I saw Scott years ago do an auditorium full of students at Horizon High School, and do like a 90-minute thing. And I mean, people are just, you can just see the light bulb going off. People start getting it. This was a very small little appetizer of what he does. So follow him on and also on Facebook.
Facebook, Twitter, @HumanCalculator. But if you have any schools, I would love to come back down to Mesa and visit schools. And kids 7 years old to 11 years old are best, because that's where they're making up their mind about math. And what's crazy is I don't want to slam education, but our teachers that are teaching our kids in elementary school, when you're an elementary school teacher, you got to teach all the subjects, not just one, all right? Statistically speaking, those teachers' worst subject is math. So we have these teachers in front of our kids at the most sensitive time that are the worst teachers at math, or it's their worst subject. And so there's anxiety in the room before you even get started. So my mission also is to empower teachers. I think I can help a lot of teachers. So if Mesa wants to do a teacher training, I'd volunteer my time to do that as well, if anybody knows anybody. Yeah. Yeah, so if you go to humancalculator.com, you can start there. If you go to my YouTube channel, there's a lot of YouTube stuff. And kids around the world have videoed me at their schools, and so they've all shared that stuff, so you'll be sick of me very quickly.
Make sure you watch the episode when he was on Oprah, because you totally blew her mind.
Oprah was awesome, game-changing day, and it was so funny when I taught her the 9 thing. Oprah actually she was standing next to me, but when I told her to do the 1 + 1 is 2 thing, she physically moved back and behind me. And that was a sign that, you know, that's just how afraid people are about numbers. You know, I mean, she literally wanted to get out of there and be not in the focus of the moment. And all I can tell you is that's contagious. If your kid says that you're bad at math, they're going to follow suit usually, unless it's a miracle. So, yeah, thanks. And thanks for everybody sticking around today. I'm sorry I didn't get into more teaching stuff, but this is more of a reminiscent trip for me to come to Mesa. I really love being here. And I want to thank everybody the last time I spoke 2 years ago, and I got much more into depth about the personal history of my story in Mesa and all the heck I went through when I started. I got so many emails from the people that were at the Mesa Chamber of Commerce meeting that I was at home crying that night, just remembering all the pain I went through, but how much it meant to me to get that much reaction from how much you guys care. I go do speaking engagements all over the world. I spoke at a teacher conference with 2,000 teachers that told me to give them a free book if they send me an email. I got 3 emails from 2,000 teachers. I spoke to 140 people at the Mesa Chamber of Commerce. I got probably 30 or 40 emails within a day. So thank you very much for caring, and maybe that says a lot about your community, but God bless you all. Thank you very much.
And we're going to play golf, and we're going to play...
Thank you.
We're going to go play golf. We're either going to play 9 or 18, which adds up to 9.
9. Golf is all about 9 too. It's par 72, 7 and 2, par 36. Everything's about just, if you don't know what the answer is, just say 9. All right?
Any more questions? Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause, Mr. Scott Flansburg.
Thanks, everybody. You're awesome, buddy.
Thanks. There you go.
Hey, all right. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. I'm counting on you.
Perfect. Hey, before you leave, real quick, before I turn you loose to the masses, we'd like to thank once again this month's sponsor, SRP. Thanks for all the behind-the-scenes sponsors and tabletops. Make sure you check them out. Thanks for all the students for getting here early today. Really made the meeting extra great. And don't forget, Fireball Run will be rolling into Mesa on the 26th. We encourage everybody to come out to the Mesa Arts Center from 6:30 to 8:30. You can get all this information at themesachamber.org. Facebook fan drawing every month, and the winner this month was Jennifer Van Loo Garcia. Jennifer Van Loo Garcia, and the pre-registration drawing a $50 gift card from John Berry Arts, Susan Carlin. Susan won. Hey, go out and make it a great day, folks. We'll see you next month. Hey, guys.